Hi Libra, welcome to your new moon in Gemini reading for June 17th and 18th, depending on where you are in the world. New moons bring in new cycles, and the theme for the next 2 weeks, the beginning of this cycle, is the Devil card for you, and this gives you a no answer, this particular card, this particular deck. On this card it says addiction, ego, control, restriction, and materialism. For me, I mean, yes, obviously, but also for me, the big takeaway with the Devil is learning to release what we are overly attached to. And when you're overly attached to something, it is not good for you. So, but this can be anything. It does not have to be just drugs and alcohol. It can be anything that you are overindulging, overdoing, holding on to something that it's just a strong attachment. But the Devil shows you his hand. He shows you everything that's wrong. There's no holds barred with the Devil. So you know it, you see it. You may be powerless to do anything about it, or you may not. You may just be able to take the bull by the horns and deal with it, and hopefully deal with it for good, because that's what the Devil wants. He's just showing you what it is that you need to detach from. All right, so let's see how this plays out. Now, this can also be negativity, things that just don't work or gel or break or snag, probably at the moment that you need them the most, but it's that kind of energy, just things that don't go right is the Devil. Okay? So you have the Six of Swords to start things off with. This is the card of moving on from a situation. Now, it came right before the Five of Swords, which is a drama that played out. And this is kind of like finding a quiet place to kind of, in my opinion, rest from shock, right? But also to just kind of figure out what the heck just happened, you know? What just happened? What was that drama being played out? Why? Etc., etc. So this is moving on from stormy emotions to calmer waters, but you're taking your experiences with you so that you can go over it, right? Now there's the drama that I was just saying. Five of Swords is a drama being played out. It can be a no-win situation. It may be that you get what you want, but it's not the way you want it, so it's not a full win. Somebody was hurt, or somebody was had difficulty through the situation. Whether it was you or not, it's a hard-won victory in any case, and again, not a complete win. But it is dramas playing out, and if you want to avoid these dramas, it's a good idea to check your ego. They are even ego-driven forces. Now, that is certainly the Devil, without a doubt. That's Devil energy. It's a humiliation. It's getting one over on somebody else. And you're not pleased. You have the High Priestess there, so things may be a little bit... there may be a lot of things going on behind the scenes. Now, this doesn't have to include you. It could be something that you've heard or that you are dealing with on another level, because you're being quite secretive about it. So maybe someone has told you something in confidence, and you are holding it close, right? You're not revealing everything. But it is something that touches what you deem sacred, right? Because the High Priestess is the sacred card. It's your sacredness. It's the sacred part of you. But it's also things that are going on behind the scenes, and keeping things a bit secret, or being secretive. Especially with that Moon card there. Moon won't reveal everything. It makes things a little bit, it's very Neptunian. It makes things a little bit secretive or foggy. That's what I would say. It makes it a bit foggy. But it seems like at some point the cat is let out of the bag with the Judgment card. This is the clarion call. This is something that wakes you up. It's something that it's something where you have to sort of rise to the occasion. So you hear something that kind of puts you on alert, and that may be something that you're keeping secret. Or you spill the beans. That's also possible here. For a moment you were keeping it secret, and then all of a sudden you decide people need to hear this with the Judgment card. It is that borders and barriers are pushed away, and it's a rebirth of sorts. So something is happening around you where there could be a bit of a rebirth. Maybe there was a blockage to something, and now you are free to move on and go with the Judgment card. But it is sort of a rebirth, a reawakening, and rising to the occasion. Ten of the Wheel of Fortune. A 10. A 10 is the completion of a cycle while simultaneously beginning something else. The Wheel of Fortune is a change in luck. A lot of people say it's good fortune. I say if you were at the top, you'll probably move to the bottom. If you're at the bottom, you'll probably move to the top. But the wheel keeps spinning, so those cycles will also continually change. But the idea here is to learn something from it, right? To learn something from your experience. This can be cooperative efforts with that 3, because the 3 is a creative number. It's a magic number. But the 3 of Wands is the Sun in Aries. So this will have something to do with you kind of looking out for ways of getting ahead. Now, so something that you come up against is, it proves to be lucky for you, I'm going to say. And this can be in the form of allies. Whether you're an ally or somebody is an ally to you, right? Doesn't really matter. It's working together. But it can be sort of like workshops that give you an edge, or self-help books, people that want to help you to sort of move ahead, get ahead, get started, because we are in the early phases of a project or a situation with a 3, right? But it can be something that's going on behind the scenes, something that you're not letting on to other people or just certain people. Maybe because it's at an early stage. This feels a little disjointed from this. This almost feels like it's a completely different scenario. But we'll see. 5 of Wands. Yeah, this is sort of coming to somebody's defense who may have had something difficult, or, defending yourself, defending your stance. It is definitely somebody who has a higher perspective on the situation that just took place here. And it seems to maybe have come out of nowhere, because if you notice, he's got 2 different pairs of shoes on. So he ran out of the house pretty quick to defend whatever it is that he needed to. So it may have been something that took you by surprise, or something you were unaware of before, and you hear the news, and it's like you come to somebody's defense. If there's competition around, having a higher perspective on situations can really help your position. So help you to get the job, or to convince somebody, that kind of energy. So higher perspective, right? Take the high road here is what it's saying. And also with the 5 of Swords, leaving your ego at the door also helps you to take the high road. there may be an upcoming trip because of this, or movement. So I really get the energy of movement away from this situation. So maybe somebody is literally moving house, or they are mentally moving away, but it is looking for calmer waters, looking for a quiet place to recuperate and to deal and understand everything that just went on. Okay, you have the Judgment card here with the Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. This is holding back. It's very interesting. I think there are things that you want to say that maybe you don't. I think there are things that you would like to announce that maybe you're holding back on. Four of Pentacles can be health or finance related, but it doesn't have to be. But there is this feeling of holding back something, which is interesting because the Judgment card really frees you up. And this is also a very secretive card, the High Priestess. So maybe it would be very difficult for you to hold something back, or to hold your voice, something that you want to say, or something that you... this is holding back. That's just really all I can say. I don't know. It does seem secretive to me. It does seem like there are things going on behind the scenes that you don't want other people to know about. Whether that involves you or this situation, or you in this situation, whatever this drama that was being played out here, there is this feeling of holding back. Even though we may feel like we want to go full force with that Judgment card, which is, again, rising to the occasion. But this card also says, because it is the Sun in Capricorn, says that you have everything you need to deal with the situation, or create a new foundation. But the Four of Pentacles is holding on tightly. And for me, it really just feels like there's secrets or something that you're not really willing to let go of, even though you feel like you should, or there are things that you want to say, or that you feel like you should say, but you keep them to yourself. Eventually there is victory. I like to see that. And that can, again, come from a group of people or allies that sort of come in and help the situation. And that's probably your change of luck. Both the 3 and the 6 are groups, right? So the 3 of Wands can be people who are away or further away from you, that are allies. But they prove to be lucky somehow. There is some sort of change of luck in a good way in this instance. Because, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is just a change in luck. It doesn't have to be that you win something. Maybe it is, especially with that 6 of Wands. In this case, I do feel like there is something winning about that Wheel of Fortune. And it is a change of fortune for the better. When it's aspected by the 6 of Wands, there is victory in group situations. It is a minor victory. You can do a victory lap, but with this 6 of Wands, you know there's more to go. And because we're at the middle of the 1 through 10, right? We're in the middle of the cycle. There is more to go, but there is something that is victorious, that you can feel good about within a group situation, within a group dynamic. And people will probably, whatever it is that you did to help the situation, whether it was financially or just bringing stability to the situation, people can really sing your praises and be grateful for what you've done and how you've helped turn the situation around. What does Spirit want you to know? You have the King of Wands. This is my Aries card. This is the card of the pioneering spirit, right? He is somebody in It could be somebody in a managerial position, but again, it's sort of like managing the situation, it feels like to me here. Um, and it's very often that the King of Wands won't even ask, right? He just comes in and starts doing stuff. And so, because he is the pioneer, I feel very often that it's like first responder energy, the King of Wands, because it's a pioneering spirit, and there's a little bit of fearlessness that goes with it. And that's only because they act and then they think about it later, Aries. So they don't have that time to sit back and think about it. They just do. That's the King of Wands. So you could be dealing with somebody like this, or you could be feeling this way, even though you're an air sign. But I do kind of get a first responder's energy, especially with this Five of Swords card. Okay? All right. It looks like there is a good ending to a very difficult situation, and you seem to kind of be a bit of a mediator or somebody who can step in and help to kind of ground everything a little bit. Okay, Libra, I hope this has been helpful. I wish you the best of luck. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading, and I do dailies, and I'm starting to do romantic readings just as they come up. So you can be on the lookout for that. Virgo is next. Right? Have a great 2 weeks. I wish you the very best. Take care. Bye.